Hey,
Okay,
can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Is it clearer than it normally is?
It's clearer than it was the other day.
Okay. I'm going to hit mute on this because I can never remember if the if the blinking light means mute or not.
Okay. I cannot.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Is this better?
Yes.
I'm turning
it's the same as it was before.
I'm turning up the volume.
Okay.
Is this better? Is this better or is it the same?
It sounds about the same.
I'm going to turn up the... Oh, let's try that. Turning the gain all the way up. Is that any better?
Yeah.
It's better?
Yeah, you can hear you better. Loud and clear.
Okay, the gain, I'm going all the way up on the gain.
Okay.
So you can tell a difference when it's louder on the gain.
I think so, a little bit.
Let me go all the way down. 3,
Okay.
2. This is all the way down on the gain.
Yeah, you can hear it better when the gain's all the way up.
Okay. And then I had this thing set, the back of it, it will tell the microphone whether the person's in front of it or people are around it. Mm-hmm. So all the receptivity should be coming from the front. I'm trying to connect my cell phone as well. So there should be a third person on there, but it's not. Oh, wait, let's try that. No. Ready to join. Oh, join. I had to scroll down. Now we're going to have a bunch of feedback. I need headphones. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we got... Echo. Echo. Okay. I muted the other one. I was just curious to see if I wanted to do something that looked a little more polished, if I could have the second camera. But that's not going to work if it's going to echo, right?
Right.
Unless unless I have a microphone. Unless I have a...
I think if you have one of them on, then it's not going to work.
But if I have... oh my gosh. The quality on that is terrible. My cell phone has a good camera. Does it seem definitely more pixelated?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And I'm also wondering if I have the extra camera, then I could put a logo or something on it. In that way, it could have just kind of make it personalized. But the volume sounds fine to you, right?
Mm-hmm. It does today.
Is Diane in her office or is she gone?
No, she's gone. She'll be back in about an hour.
Okay. Well, can you go ahead and mute yours?
Okay.
And go to my YouTube channel. Let's see our channel. It's where's my personalized thing? I have a personalized YouTube thing where it's like Kevin. Let's see. I may just need to text you the link. Are you on YouTube? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I can't. There you are. Can you hear me on the YouTube very well? Can you hear me very well on the YouTube? Hello. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. I'm backstage. Is it the equivalent quality on YouTube, audio wise? I can't hear you. No, what? Okay. Why am I not hearing you on mine anymore? Okay. So you're listening to YouTube, so you can't. You got to mute your microphone, right? Talk. I can hear you in the other room. Not on my computer, but in
Can
the
you
other
hear
room.
me now?
I hear you now.
It's because it was muted. I had to mute.
Okay. Let me kill that here. Let me get out of here. Let's see.
Oh, I gotta answer the phone.
That's fine. I'm calling up something else right now.
First South Baptist Church, this is Kinder. How can I help you?
It's foundational to what it means to be an image bearer of God. God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. Now, human beings, this is not breaking news, are not the only creatures to be male and female. But we are the only creatures in the Bible whose maleness and femaleness has this kind of significance. Because it takes us to the heart of what it means to be image bearers of God. Which leads to the next observation on Genesis 1, which is that our gender identity is binary. Genesis 1 describes God creating male and female, two sexes, not a spectrum, but a binary. And again, as that account of creation itself anticipates, that binary becomes hugely significant in the storyline of the Bible because it becomes caught up with another binary in Genesis 1, which is heaven and earth. And the union of male and female becomes a picture, a signpost of the eventual union of heaven and
Okay.
Hear the video well.
And earth
You're hearing
that
that
will occur
video,
through the work of Jesus Christ.
but I'm not
Just
hearing the
as the
video.
man and the woman in Genesis 2 are made for each other, that they
Why
belong
am I not
together, so
hearing
too
that
heaven
video?
and earth are made for each other and belong together. But we also see in the Bible's account of things that
Hello?
our maleness and femaleness is
Hello?
not just about biology.
It's cool.
This biological givenness actually represents something of a calling.
So the audio,
And
the
it is
video
meant
sounds
to
good to
lead
you?
to some other more generalized differences
Um,
between men and women. In the
It's
words
getting
of
crackly
one
again.
writer, male and female, men and women, each have a unique and non-interchangeable glory that the other does not.
I'm wondering why I'm not hearing that.
Each is
I
able
need
to see things and do things
I need to borrow
in
somebody's
slightly different
headphones.
ways, but in such a way that we need each other. And there's the significance of Genesis 1. We cannot adequately image
Because
God
like I'm not hearing him at all. It's like he's muted on
as
on
only
the.
men and only women. We need the mixing of the two. Each, and I want to suggest that again we sense this
I can hear him in through
in
the
our world
wall.
today. If just imagine there was somehow
But
somewhere a small town out in the middle of nowhere that was only populated by men, or another small town somewhere else out in the middle of nowhere that was somehow only populated by women. We might, if we kind of encountered that, make some sort of jokes about the perceived foibles of men or women, but there would be an underlying serious point. We just instinctively recognize that such a community would not be healthy. And we're not just talking about the kind of effects on the reproductive
you
potential
don't
of
have any
such a community.
buds, do you?
Actually, something deeper than that would be
I'm sorry.
We sense that we need each other as men and women.
Would you say it's 80% okay
It
on
is
the audio
not
for
the
the video?
case
Yeah, it's better now.
that there is nothing a woman could bring to a male-only context that another man couldn't bring. We may not be able to put our
Remember that
finger on
USB
precisely
ports.
what it is, but there is something different about masculinity and femininity that makes each
still playing
precious
for you,
and
but-
valuable in its own way. I want to suggest that observation, controversial though it is good news. It's good news because if that is not the case, if we are merely interchangeable as male and female, it will be the sex that is generally physically weaker that will suffer. Unless each has its own intrinsic value and worth, unless each has something that the other needs, one will dominate the other. Well, as the Bible goes on, it describes the distortion of our humanity as collectively we turn away from God, and that disrupts everything. It complicates our perception and our experience of being male, but it doesn't obliterate that distinction. So Genesis 5, after the fall of humanity, after this distortion and disruption, affirms something we see in Genesis 1, verse 27. It says in Genesis 5, 1 and 2, that when God created man, he made him in the likeness of God, male and female, he created them, and he blessed them and named them man when they were created. They are still male and female. No longer doing a very good job of being male and female, no longer fully understanding what that should mean or how to respond. Matthew 19,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can now.
So I clicked on there's a video section on here where you can just click on it and it'll play a video, which is cool, but you can't add anything personal without paying extra. It's nice to be able to do that. I wish you could just upload it. Upgrade now. To upgrade is like $33 a month.
Don't do it.
Okay, but you can still hear. Well, you can hear Sam, right?
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of been busted up.
But I can't hear him.
It's been, he called, subjected to futility. It's frustrated. It doesn't work properly.
Well, I'm gonna run to
It's
my
out
car
of
and see if I got
joint.
an earbud there.
Okay.
And it's
Okay,
been
right.
subjected to
All right,
this
thanks.
frustration by God himself